About depression and anxiety and personality. So what is this connection between depression and anxiety and our personality? I will start with a few questions. How often do you worry? And do you have this negative anticipation of things, that something bad might happen more than other people? And do you often get emotional, overwhelmed by emotions like fear, anger, or sadness? So some people experience sadness, anger, or fear more than other people, more often, and it's pretty stronger than some other people, and it lasts longer. So this is personality trait called neuroticism, negative emotionality, or harm avoidance. And there are many models that explain this connection between neuroticism, our personality trait, and depression and anxiety and common mental disorders. So first model is called state model. There was a man once whose father was crushed by a tree, and he was there and he couldn't prevent it. So for some time he became depressed. So this is a state that won't last long, state model. The second model is scar model. There was a man once whose father was crushed by a tree and he couldn't prevent it, and he permanently became depressed and developed anxiety. So every time he wants to walk out of his house, he has this feeling and thought that something bad might happen. So he has permanent scar. The neuroticism is caused by these external factors. But we have other models that are probably more true, that it is largely genetically influenced. For instance, that vulnerability model or common cause model stated that some people are like identical twins, are genetically predetermined to get first episode of some mental disorders. So neuroticism, or this trait, starts first episode of mental disorders. The Spectre model will say that neuroticism, this personality trait, and disorder are practically the same thing in different stages. So if you take medicines, and those meds that lower depression and anxiety will also lower your results on neuroticism scales and so on. So this is the main difference between cause and effect. So vulnerability model will state that some people are vulnerable and they will experience much more stress and anxiety and have greater chance of developing mental disorders and so on. So this is what I wanted to talk about, and also there's always solution. There are many different solutions to deal with these problems, but this will be for some other time.